So let me reduce the size. I want to use HTML to reduce the size to like 350px, and the height also to like 350px, because I don't want it to take up the whole page. Are we following? Are you there? Okay. Then now I want to give it a margin from the top, a margin top. We are going to do this. Don't worry if you don't understand what text align, how we, don't worry. Once we go into HTML, I'm going to break everything down. What we are doing now, we are setting up our page. So I'm going to give it a margin top of like 20px, so that it will be a bit far away. It will give a space from the heading. So 404. So I'm having my error page now. So now what I want to do is I want to automatically redirect the person from this error page to my own main page, because the person is trying to access a document that he or she is not authorized to access. I can do so many things. I can even add button at the top. I can do whatever I want to do, but let us just use the redirect, the HTML redirect, although it's not actually called redirect, but we refer to it as redirect. That, you know, if it is in PHP, you use header, you can use header location. In the Laravel framework, you can use redirect, but in HTML, we also refer to it as redirect. So now, I'll just, okay, I'll have to define another meta, then HTTP equiv is equals to refresh. Meta HTTP equib is equals to refresh. Then I've defined my content. My content. Then immediately you open your content, and you open your to code. Then you are going to define the amount of seconds you want the web page to wait before it will redirect. Maybe I want it to wait like, if you give it 5 seconds, that means the person is going to stay longer. But I can just, let me set it to 5, particularize, before we now return to other this thing. Then you define your URL, that is the uniform resource locator. Then where I want to refer to is localhost. If it will go, I don't think it will go. Or let me use go back one folder. Then, okay, let me just use this go back, so that when it goes back, it automatically find my index. Okay, let's refresh and see. Okay, it's actually wait about um how many minutes? 5 minutes. And um it tried to access the other folder, but it couldn't locate it. So, like for example, if you this method will actually work best when you host your server online, in the sense that what you will do, you just type the whole address as google.com. Let's say, for example, now that's my server, google.com. Then let me change it to 5, from 5. Maybe I don't even want the person to spend any minute. I can set it to 0, so that it won't take time, and it will automatically redirect that person. So I will refresh a live URL. It will go. I've changed it from the 5 milliseconds to 0. Then let's see how long it will take before it will. As you can see, immediately it loads up. It redirect the person to the image, so that to the URL. So that's how to take care of your other pages, or other pages, so that somebody cannot have a direct access to your other page. So I can just copy this index now. I'll just copy the index, or copy the index from here, put it in my CSS, take it from there, put it in image, put it in JS, then go to pages again and paste it there, because I'm not having anything there now. I'll just go to pages and paste it there. You know, if it is in an advanced programming language like PHP, you can use router. You can route it without you having to copy index to other pages. So now what we'll do, let's go back to our home page. Let's go back to our, we are already in our home page now. So I told you we have um several tags, and I told you a tag are just like instruction that instruct the browser that this is what I want to do. For example, now if I just write something like welcome to my website, welcome to my website, when you go back to your browser and you refresh, it's going to appear with the default features. But if I want to add more features like this now, maybe make it a heading, I'll have to initiate the tag. And heading tags is like this, h1. Then after you open your h1, let me go back and refresh. You are seeing that it has changed, it has made it bolder. Now, let's take for example now, I come here and I now write welcome to today's class. Welcome to today's class, and I refresh. It's on the same line and it's going to assume the same feature. The reason because as I open this h1 tag, I've not closed it here. You know I told you that we have an open tag and a close tag. When you open a tag, there is need for you to close it at that point where you want that tag to effect to. For example, now I just want this h1 to take effect only on this. So what I'll do, I'll close the h1 here. So once I close and I come here, as you can see, automatically these other ones have moved to the next line and is no longer assuming the same feature as this upper one, because I've closed it somewhere here. So if I want to give another attribute to this one now, there is need for me to what? To introduce its own tag. Let me use h2. Let me use h2 for this one. h2. Then let me go back and refresh. As you can see, I'm having it bold again. So if I want, I'll just come here, close the h2. Then let me copy this one more. Then h2. This one will be h3. This one will be h4. This one will be h5. And this one will be h6. That is the last. Let me just leave the closing like that. Then as you can see, my, if you observe the way they are, the first one is bigger, then the second one is reduced. When it gets to the second one, it's reduced. Then the third one, it's reduced. The fourth one, the fifth one, and down to the sixth one. So the higher the h1 becomes, the lower the size of your content. I don't know if you guys are following. So this is how to define your heading tag. You know, you must close it the same way. If you open h3, it's because of time. That's why I leave this one like this. So that is it. Then the next one we'll be talking about is your, the next one we'll be talking about is the break. The break is just for you to break from one point to another. You know, we have the break point and the paragraph point. For example, now, you know, I've moved the way I organize this text now, I've moved some of them to the next line. But if I go to my browser and I refresh, they will still be on this same line. Instead of moving from this UT to the next line, I'm having it on the same line. The shortcut I use is lorem. That's the Emmet shortcut for to generate a random text. So now, if I want this UT to move to the next line, there is need for me to use the tag that performs such function, because everything about coding is introduction of tags. So I need to find the best tag that will perform that function. And the first one we have, if I want to use break, I can just use break. The BR, it stands for break. If I hit enter now, it will break. Are you getting it? So now, but if I use like P, maybe I want to break from this side and I want to create a more wider space, I can use P. And once I come here and I click, as you can see, in between the space in between these two, sorry, the space in between these two is quite different from the space in between this other one. Sorry, are you getting it now? The space in between these two here is different from this one. This one is more wider. So P, that is the paragraph, is more wider compared to the break. The break is just like breaking from the other line to the next line, but the P to give it a more space. So that's that for the break and P. Then the next one we'll be looking at is the listing. And the listing is categorized into two. We have the ordered listing and the unordered listing. The tag for ordered listing is OL. Is OL. Then let me close the OL. Then while the unordered listing is UL. Are you following now? So if I go back and I refresh, I won't see anything here. So but when I come here and I now write LI to define the listing, maybe I say LI mango. Maybe I want to define something like maybe types of fruits. When I go come here now, I'm seeing number one, mango. I can copy this and just duplicate. Come here, come here, come here. Then maybe this one can be cashew, then oranges, then maybe banana. Then I refresh. When you are using um ordered listing, it automatically assume the numerical figure. But if I want to change it, like if I want to change it to alphabets now, what I'll do, I'll just come here. OL type is equals to A. I'm using small letter A. Sorry, let me copy this. Then change this one to like capital letter A. So as you can see, the first one I'm having small letter A, then the second one I'm having capital letter A. So now if I want to have like numerical figure, I'll just write I. I'll just write I and it automatically change to numerical figure. Are you following? So if I want to have the numerical figure in capital letter, I'll just use the capital letter I. So if I want to give this heading now, I can just say maybe H3, then types of fruits, then I'll close my H3. Then since I'm having H3 here, then I'll need to indent this one to show that what this one is actually under the H3. This is how you format your work to look neat. So I'll come here, I'm having my types of fruits, then followed by mangoes, indenting, and the rest. For example, now if I want to create more option, let's take for example now maybe fruits. I have fruits here. I want to change this orange to like like um will I use grains. Let's say I want to list grains here. Instead of me closing this li, I can leave it there, open another li, then I'll write rice. Let's just refresh and see how it will look like. Then as you can see, it's going to create the next one that will be under. It's going to, sorry, rice. Let me see. Okay, sorry, I missed. There's something I miss here. So under the, before I'll do that, under this li, I'll have to define another unordered list. But I'm going to indent it because it's inside this other one. So I'll have to indent it, then close my ol before I'll now close. Yes, sir. uh, I don't have printer code. Mm. I borrow. So as you can see, maybe sometimes I do go to bursary department to collect from them. So as you can see, you see the way I created this one. So I'm having another list inside this the first list I'm having here. I'm having a sub list inside this list, and you see the way I indented everything. But but that will be later. That will be later, sir. I'm doing something. Okay. Yes. But I've not done I've not uploaded any document in the Terrace before. Except you'll be here to guide me on how to do it. I never upload any document. But you need to do it using your own account now. Uh, Once you can come around, then do it together. So as you can see, sorry. So as you can see, the way I create this inside this ordered list. So the next one is unordered list. Unordered list is just when you want to make use of bulletin. So if I have my li here, let me just give a random text. I have my li and I hit enter. As you can see, it comes out in form of bullet. So if I want to have more, I can just copy, then I refresh. You see the way the text